Nanites were great props. They were really fun to do.
You know, it came from the writing room. They wanted these new characters and new puppets. I was like, cool, you know. What's a nanite?
Hello, anybody in there? My name's Mike. Does that matter?
Yes, and hello, Mike. Connecting. I am Nanite Engineer Device or NED. Please tell me the nature of the problematic substrate or aversive condition which you would like corrected or anything. Mike, hold on. Here comes Wade. Hello, Wade.
Yes, hello, Ned.
We created the nanites as a device to be able to execute other fantastical things that might happen on the ship or in what was Deep 13. It was always changing. But they were a good way to make things happen.
And again, they were just made out of stuff. You know, it was just like, I think they were actually partly made out of cassette tapes or something.
I wanted to build them with things that we had laying around that we didn't have to reproduce. I just started putting them together. I didn't really have a sketch or anything. I took an empty VHS cassette case, and that was the body of the nanite. And then I took a audio cassette case that was the head of the nanite.
There was a place called Axeman. It's still around, but it's like the surplus store. And you could get all kinds of weird crap, like weird shapes, plastic things. I don't know what they use them for, but they're just like stuff. So they're like these really weird little plastic things that made the legs and like these little kind of squarish bits that made the eyes, and then he'd go in and he'd paint them.
The nanites were painted gray and then neon paint for the highlights.
You know, sort of like a Tron look to these things. And again, they were just made out of stuff.
That is just a fine example of kind of, you know, found art sculpture.
The nanite world was a black plywood with neon paint.
Which was like this big giant board with little tracks, and then you just run it through the track.
And then the nanites would run around in this circuit board, and they were just, so they couldn't be seen, there were these slots that went through the circuit board, and so they could only move in very clunky directions, and I guess that sort of helped.
You know, there was like a little pole that went up the top, and that's where the puppeteering string went through.
And Jeff Stonehouse lit that in black light. And I think there was maybe some post-production effects in it as well.
Oh, hey guys, nice hair, styling.
Hey, thanks. You really think so, Mike?
Yeah, thanks, the nanites did it. Hey, Mike, when was the last time you updated your look, huh?
They were pretty funny because they were very workaday. They were, at one point, they were unionized. They were very impertinent.
Say, I was wondering if I could get in to see Shelly today.
Okay, let me check. Shelly can't see you until now. Hope that's okay. Shelly!
Hi, Mike. I'm Shelly. How you doing today? Great. Let's just take a look here.
At one point, I played Shelly the nanite doing Mike's hair, and it was really fun for me because, if I do say so myself, I felt like I embodied every Midwestern hairdresser I had ever been to.
Oh, hi, Mike. Are we going to do the same as last time, or?
Oh, well, hi, Shelly. No offense, but, you know, last time you made my hair like 70 miles high. So I was wondering if any of the other stylists were available, you know, Decca or Jean Del.
And they pretended to be helpful, as, you know, you'd think that nanites would be, and they ended up being, like, generally unhelpful.
Here, you're done the dry look.
Well, thanks, Shelly. I hope I didn't offend you. Ooh, so sensitive.